Hey everybody, just a heads up, my high quality uncompressed audio did not record properly for this M4 sound test, so everything you hear in this video is going to be compressed through my GoPro. It's still going to be binaural, it's still going to sound okay, but if some of the music sounds a little extra weird, that's why. My apologies, and enjoy the video. Hey everybody, it's Charlie from DM Sound. And today we've got the sound system demo on the 2023 BMW 4 Series and its 16-speaker Harman Kardon audio system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, take a look at audio inputs, adjustments, and controls, and speaker locations. Then we're going to head out on the road and listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. Now, if you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning and you just want to hear the music, click ahead in the video. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. And if you want to hear even more on the system, sign up to become a Daily Motor member. I'm going to record a members-only sound test today as we parse the sound system and kind of get a more in-depth evaluation on it and play your requested songs. So the link to that will be in the description. Before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. Increasingly important to take a look at this one because this is a beautiful BMW individual frozen orange M4. And the sound system should apply the same for both of the cars outside of maybe a little bit of extra road intrusion from these more high-performance tires. But if you do want to see more on this M4 comp in general, take a look in the description. We did some track driving on it. We're going to do a DM review. It's a lot of fun to drive around and a pretty unique spec. Now, we always do this test with lossless, uncompressed WAV files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system and high-quality roll-in binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio system demo on YouTube. We also do the test with the sound settings set to their factory defaults, so let's take a look at those now. It should be noted right off the bat that most 2023 BMW 4 Series and M4s will have iDrive 8. However, if you get a vehicle produced before March of 2023, you're going to have iDrive 7. I don't think that's a huge deal. I like iDrive 7 just about as much as I like iDrive 8. In fact, some of the pros are having all these physical climate controls here and more physical audio controls as well. It's a smaller screen, that's for sure, but that's the reason we're not going to do an in-depth infotainment review on this one. Is we've done iDrive 7 before, and most of you getting a 2023 4 Series are going to see iDrive 8. But let's at least take a look at the sound settings here. In the media screen, we're going to go right here to sound. And then we see the first option, Logic 7 Surround. This is BMW and Harman Kardon's a bit older at this point version of surround sound. It's going to create a more holistic but artificial sounding experience. Let's turn it off and on. You can also adjust how strong the surround is. I've never been a big fan of how Logic 7 makes music sound. It's very hollow to me. Most songs don't sound better with it on, but if you go down here to reset, then that enables it on. So we should do most of our testing with Logic 7 on, but I bet throughout the rest of the video I'll probably toggle it on and off. Then below that you have adjustments for treble and bass. We'll go through those after the next song picks up, and front, rear, left, right, fader, and balance. And if the treble and bass adjustments aren't enough for you here, you could go down and use this 9-band equalizer. I think it's nice that BMW and Harman Kardon provide this, and I think every high-end sound system should have this built into it, so that you can really fine-tune your listening preferences. Because at the end of the day, the sound engineers design the system with a flat EQ to sound what they think is best, but everyone has their own preferences based on what you're listening to, aspects of your ears and the environment, so it's nice to have that individualization right there. But as the song picks up here, let's do treble and bass. Amount of adjustability there, and like I said, if you want to get a little more detailed, you can go down here to the 9-band equalizer and really change things up. For audio controls in the M4, you've got a nice volume knob here. Easy to turn, it's got nice clicks there, easy to reach as well. You also have volume adjustments on the right side of the wheel. For track selection, you've got physical controls here. You can use the touchscreen and or rotary knob controlled screen right there to choose which song you want, or you can use the back and forth buttons here or the scroller knob to bring up in the head-up display or screen, depending on which options you have fitted. For audio inputs in this one with the iDrive 7, we've got AM, FM with HD radio support, Sirius XM, USB-A port right up there. I bet you'll have USB Type-C for the iDrive 8 cars. And you've got support for wired and wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Doesn't look like any sort of streaming services built in, but you do have Bluetooth streaming, of course. What does that mean you're missing? Well, like I said, no Pandora, no Spotify, anything like that. No USB Type-C port, and no 3.5mm auxiliary input jack. You do have a Type-C port there, but it's just for charging only, no data connection. Speaker locations. As I said, this is a 16 speaker system, and usually I scope out where all the speakers are, but I forgot to do that today. So let's see if I can get them right off of experience with these BMW systems, as well as just seeing what we got. So I know we've got an underseat subwoofer there, 1 mid-ranger in the door, 2 tweeter, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the other side. I bet we're dealing with 7, 8, 9 up front, so 8 or 9 in the center, 10 over there. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, and then coming into the back, 11, 12, 13, 14, and do we have speakers up in the deck lid? Let's see. Yes, we do, 15 and 16. All right, I'm gonna get this stuff put away, and we're gonna head out on the road. last two tracks we listened to are both great testers for the depth of a sound system, and the songs have a lot of different aspects of the music that allow me to identify the strengths and weaknesses of the system. And they both sound so flat and single dimensional on the system, and it's really a shame because we have the speaker count and we have the quality of speakers to do it. Something to do with the tuning and the placement of speakers, or something just doesn't cut it with this car. For this next track, we're going to turn the bass all the way up, and I'll show you these underseat subwoofers are pretty darn powerful. Because they're under seat, they're not exactly rattling the whole cabin. I'm not getting a lot of mirror shakage, but from where I'm sitting, the bass is very precise and well planted. It's just a shame you don't get that throughout the music. Wrapping up my thoughts on the Harman Kardon sound system here in the BMW M4 and really 4 Series in general. Again, it's just a shame because this system has the potential to do better. I know from experience with these systems that if you really play around with the 9-band equalizer, you can balance things out better, and the speakers themselves have the power to sound good. They have the ability, they're decent speakers, but just as they're set up here in the system, not super compelling, not necessarily harsh. This one's really not too bad, but it's a shame that you're not getting more out of a car that costs this much in an upgraded system. So for me, it's coming in at a really, really low B. It's more enjoyable to listen than just an average sounding system, but not what I would call impressive. So thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the 4 Series, there's a lot more to love, so check the link in the description, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from DM Sound, and as always, drive on.